I can't wait to have a fucking trooper department, dude. I'm just gonna. I think I'm people to somewhat train myself in shit like that. I want to like. I want to make it feel like even if they're not state like trooper or whatever the fuck ranks. I don't know what ranks we could do. Like, should we just do like a state police officer than a state trooper? Rather than an IRL. So whatever we say is the go anyway.
219's en route.
Other PD ended up going to Davis Street for I don't know who the fuck uses that, but whatever. It was for other people. But this is going to be the trooper place here. And it's not for an own PDs, like recruit their own people, literally control everything about their department. That was the original idea with the 3.0 cops. And that's what I want to do with troopers. Essentially just we'll still be in the same calls and shit, but like its own training program, its own recruitment program, all that sort of shit, essentially. That's what Kyle was trying to do. Kyle's trying to make a police department, I think. But either way, like I think it's good that they do their own recruitment and everything like that, but I don't think everyone's for that, and I can understand that. But I feel like the troopers, we can do that. Like you know, when we bring people in, we train them how we want, and then they're ready to bring people in and train them how we've shown. You know what I mean? And I just expect it to be a higher quality police department. That's all, and it shouldn't be too hard to achieve that. I mean, everybody in here so far is pretty good with the law. You know, they go to court cases, they'll understand how to, you know, articulate what's happening there majority of the time. They're good at controlling scenes. You know, they can drive reasonably well. They can do everything, really. But yeah, now we've actually got a police department. I want to flesh that shit out. How many troopers do I want? Infinite. I don't want to limit to it. That's the thing. So, well, when I say troopers, I mean the officers under the troopers. So, there's no limit really. But troopers though, like the higher rank ones will still be rare. So you just be like an officer or some shit. I don't know what we're gonna name it, but I would have did this forever ago if we had got Davis PD out of the way. But we ended up getting this one instead, which is cool. I think it's going to help with popular street activity as well. Otto's getting changed up. It's going to make this little place, I think, because also PDM is now coming to Otto's as well in the update. So this PDM here is essentially deleted, and it's going to be a rental for H&O. So whenever you rent a car from H&O, you just get it here essentially, because nobody goes to this fucking PDM because it's a fucking, you know, someone buys a car once every year. So essentially we've moved it to this, so there'll be secondhand car sales, normal car sales, a gas station, and the repair shop here in this little hub. The PD will be here. Obviously they already get the police repairs and shit, but this little place should still somewhat be lively, you know, compared to what it is at the moment. Let's go actually have a look and see what it's like. Leaks. I mean, that's already been shown what is happening at Otto's. The PDM stuff moving was also said in roleplay by Otto like fucking months ago. But no, there's still people here. But the thing is, why I think we need to utilize more of, and why I think Little Soul will be successful, is you need to put the businesses on top of each other. So if there's two businesses, right, PDM and Otto's, PDM gets bored because nobody's buying cars. They can talk to people at Otto's. They don't have to stand there with a dick in their hand, and they can still get paychecks and shit like that. So it naturally creates a reason to, you know, at least be there without being fucked in the ass, essentially. And that's why I think the whole hub updates is a good idea. And when we get what we think is right, we can look at, you know, changing up you know what we're gonna do. I got some fucking. I'm more excited to see what we do with the zombie server. I think it's actually gonna be fucking insanely cool. In all honesty, some of the concepts we have for that, instead of like because I don't expect it to last like so there'll be a server that will last, right? Like that, you know, we want to put a zombie server out and it will be playable all the time, but essentially we, you know, my idea for it is like a mini season essentially. So the idea is we will get groups of people, streamers obviously, because you know that's where the content will actually be funny. But the idea behind the server is something like you're going to get placed in the world, the zombie apocalypse is happening, and you have to find your solution to the world issue within a time period essentially, and everybody is going to be faction based, and those factions aren't like police or whatever, it's just like random factions or group based, gang based, whatever, and you have to pretty much, you know, try to succeed on the mission to cure the virus within the time period. And whoever does, we'll probably like do a IRL reward for it, like cash or some shit like that, just to make it interesting. Is it still in GTA? Yeah, it's gonna be a GTA fully remodded, so it'll be like overgrown grass and shit everywhere, and you know, buildings looking run down and shit like that. So the idea for it is not to last forever, like I said. So we you know, I know it's not going to be a fucking 1-year server, but if we do like a 3-week stint where everybody has to do this within 3 weeks, you have heists to get medical supplies, you have heists to get military guns, you know, just in general, it's role play, but you have to survive and there's more to it. You know, building out bases, fortifying areas, shit like that to prevent death, essentially, and also invasion from other crews. I think there's a lot of content that can be had in a brief period of time, but obviously if it was drawn out over months, it would get boring. But I think if we do a 3-week thing, it's like optimal.
Hey, can you give me
Oh, what are you doing? This car's flagged as stolen. I wasn't on radio, so I was coming up to see what you were doing.
We're moving this car since no tow is available. I was wanting to see if you could accompany me, but I got a car with us, so we're all good.
That's okay. Where you heading to? Just PD?
Impound lot. No,
Yep, yep. Okay, I'll come with you either way. Go ahead. The zombie games. Yeah, so consider it like Squid Games. There'll be like mini events and shit everywhere, but like over a much longer period. You know what I mean? So it's more like yeah, it's more like Hunger Games, I guess, rather than Squid Games. But I think it's a cool concept, you know, role play, but you know the goal is to essentially find a cure, and if you don't, the entire world is just decimated. And then you have to try again later. But if they succeed,
yeah, sure, come on.
if they succeed, then like you know, the people win, and someone will win like a cash prize or some shit. We'll get a trophy in game as well or something. And I think the whole 21 days is the good thing about it is when we drop this, we could literally push a huge update for the Nopixel server for when it ends. So as soon as it ends, you know, maybe there's a heist update or some shit like that, and people can come back to you know, more content. So it'll give us a bit of a life cycle, and then if it's good, we can do it again like 6 months later or some shit like that. And even if like the roleplay server starts to die off, which obviously it's going to, we can still do mini events here and there, and people can come back and have a bit of fun for a week or two. Move is stimulating our anticipation. Well, I want you guys to, I want the viewers to think about how good it can be, and I want the streamers to think about how interesting it'll be. Because the reality is, if the streamer's having fun and it's interactive, you know, we're all gonna enjoy it, right? Viewers are not. Like it's literally just gonna be fun. Because it's got everything's going to be entirely new to you, you know, different types of fucking high survivability, shit like that. New characters, everything's going to be so like refreshed that it'll just be fun. Any plans for the hardcore server? There's something possibly in this update related to like hardcore options. Not 100% sure. I wanted to be in, but it was sort of something I brought up last minute to possibly be there. And then depending on how that goes, we could look at you know, using that for the hardcore interface essentially. So ETA to a zombie server. We're gonna look at updating it after this update. So new content equals a lot of views, especially if X is gonna play GTA again. I assume X probably won't play unless there's heist related shit. But I think that's for a lot of people. X isn't the only one burnt out, but luckily what X has is he's a variety gamer, and he can play whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants. Not everybody on GTA can do that, and that's the reason they're still here. Otherwise, people like me would be going to do variety. I guarantee 99% of the people on this server would be playing other games if they could pull the same viewers. But they can't. So, here we are. Any update on RDR2? So, yeah, I guess. RDR2... I can literally pump anything out on RDR2 in the click of a finger. So it can literally copy any mod from GTA to that. So the core of all our systems are ready. The problem with Red Dead is, and I expected something to happen by now, is you're stuck with 32 players in each scope. So I don't think it's worth pumping time into something like that is not going to be more exciting than or last as long as GTA. You know what I mean? It's like the zombies in a way, but at least zombies you can have 250 people. In Red Dead, you're not going to have the same vibe. The people will be able to, you know, sort of connect with. So
Knowing him, he's probably either not listening or not on radio.
32 in one scope is what there's no limit to scopes in GTA.
Everything I had to do. My
whatever your player limit is.
Either turn it off or turn it back on.
Would you put out your own framework for 5M? Yo, we'd have to fucking rewrite the entire thing, to be honest, if we did that. But it's definitely something the devs here could consider. Once Nopixel, you know, content-wise isn't as
Not you're all good. 1037.
you know, wild, I guess. We should do an armor server for a weekend. I mean, honestly, we probably could, but I don't know if I still have all the old files and shit from Nopixel. I know I've got some of the mission files and shit, but I don't think I got like all the 3D shit that we need. I'm sure somebody does, but like I've done so many mods over the time. I just fucking most people will save their shit on a hard drive. I just fucking delete that shit, dude. I made a pro mod for Black Ops. I don't know where the fuck that is. I had some snipe mod. It's still on the repo, but it's like dog shit. And armor, I'm pretty sure we have the mission files, but not the modded files. So the old files are available in places. Yeah, maybe.
What's so funny there?
Right. Yes, right. Frankie played on the Arma 3 servers, I believe, the A3L 3 L servers. I didn't do any, 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 I did I didn't control any servers until Nopixel was made, essentially. There was A3L, I was just a player on and pretty much got banned from. Then there was Critical Gaming, I dev for, I pretty much got banned from because I fucking, you know, just sort of shit talked them. And then I just made Nopixel and that's where it took off in the Armor days, like fucking 5 years ago or some shit, I don't know. Well, listen, my shit talk wasn't like, you know, you're a cunt, you're a piece of shit type shit. Although they were, like, these guys were the streamers that were dropping like F-bombs and shit on Twitch back then. But it was just like really cringe how those communities were run. The head admins were essentially like psychos. They were fucking nut jobs, honestly. So there was like salt rooms and all this sort of shit. They treated people like absolute dog shit. And that's me saying that. Like I'm an asshole and I treat people like shit. But I was not on board with that sort of shit back there. And I didn't really have a say in anything on Critical Gaming except for like modding. So I could mod whatever the fuck I wanted and I'd just tell them pretty much eat a dick because no one else would mod. And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm playing Rust on Mr. Moon server, and then I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna make a fucking server. I couldn't even be bothered. And as soon as I stopped doing updates for them, their server died. They had the copium of like, oh, we got to make our own map like Koil is on Nopixel and shit. And then, you know, here we are 5 years later. It never happened. Okay, no, CG had different people. It was like Jimmy LaHaye, MTZ, and I think Pinky were the head admins. Some shit like that. I don't fucking know. But, you know, to be fair, I think they all changed quite a bit. Well, some of them changed quite a bit, but back then, bro, like... It felt like... Okay, so it felt like they were your parents, right? And if you went against them, they'd kick you out of the house, right? That's what it felt like. It was literally like fucking Game of Thrones, but the virgin version. You do anything wrong, Joffrey just decapitates you and you're fucking gone. See you, dude. Death still feels like that for some people. Yeah, well, you know, the people have that image of me, and I think a lot of it is portrayed from the Armor type days. I mean, in Armor, to be fair, I banned people on the spot back then, but I haven't banned or done anything to anybody on this server in so fucking long, dude. Like literally everything has been voted on for fucking I don't even know how long. A long time.
Copy that, marking you in a 38. Do you need a plate read or additionals?
It was just a bicycle and done.
Man, honestly, I'll sit here and take the flak all day, to be honest. It's easy to hang shit on me because when the other option is like Nikita or Curvy Elephant or Saab or Vigors or Nidus, who the fuck's gonna shit talk these guys? They're kind, normal people that aren't assholes, you know what I mean? So it's very easy to for me to be the blame because I'm literally a fucking asshole.
Let's get it, Roy.
You missed the wow guy. That guy was fun. That was actually fucking funny though.
You're pissing me off.
10-9?
You're legit so fair and don't abuse shit. It's funny you get flagged. I definitely I definitely have owner privileges.
I can only hear.
But in saying that, you know,
yeah, he's talking about Rami and stuff.
I'm not fucking dumb. I understand that like there's for things to actually work, other people need to be running certain areas. You know what I mean? But in saying that, if I went into the admin chat right now and I said something had to change, it would change.
Oh my god.
But I just, you know, haven't done that shit.
I'm gonna hit him from the north. I'm gonna hit him from the south.
You're talking about like popular tunnel, right?
Yeah, bro.
Like the reverse CG jail time thing. Yeah, I mean, that's still an admin thing, in my opinion. You know, I did what the rules are, though, right? I waited till the situation was over, then I dealt with it. It's not a big deal. Then I talked to the police. I said, you know, this has happened a bit too much. We probably need to look into it, and you know, voila. I don't know if I've been shot since, fucking randomly. Crazy, dude.
Regular, do you still hear him?
But of course, Reddit fucking complained about it. You know, what can I say? I'm just fucking cool, dude. Just fucking cool, and I got haters, bro. CG have Koil in the pockets? Yeah, dude. That's why they got banned like a week ago. Because I control what happens.
Copy that. Marking you 10-8 at 1611.
Alright, Roy, my bike is some local children pushed into the water, so
They did, yeah. Some of them come to Manny. Bro, you guys also need to remember, people get banned and they're not gonna go fucking publicly announce that shit. Like, hey Twitter, I got banned. I'm on a Reddit thread. You know, not everybody's like that. You know what I mean? Some people are like fucking just like, oh shit, whatever. Guess I'll just take a day off or 3 days off, whatever, dude. It happens. Why does anyone care about Reddit? I don't think anyone really actually cares about it. That's like been around for a while. But it's like, it's the same for anything, right? It's not so much that you don't care about it. Like, obviously, there's a care to be had in a way, but it's like, you can't take it serious at the same time. And it's like YouTube comments or even reading chats. Like, you don't take advice from fucking randoms on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, you can look at it constructively, sure, but like 99.9999% of the time, it's some retard typing on a keyboard that probably has fucking half your IQ. So Garrett got banned. That's why he's been playing Fortnite, dude.
MSPD, be advised. It sounded like Randy and a couple other people were in Ward B at the box with guns trying to hold people up.
10-9, one more Maeve. Where?
Part of Chengang's in Pillbox Medical in Ward B, pointing guns, trying to hold people up.
that's like terrorism or something, now, isn't it?
I'm locked behind a door. I'm good, but
Is it gonna be upper pillbox or lower?
upper Pillbox in Ward B by the X-ray.
Yeah, it's 10-4. I'll be 76.